Over 5,000 souls on UK shores, once marked for a journey to Rwanda, are now exhaling in relief as new policy shines rays of hope on their future. This remarkable shift in immigration approach by the Labour government has just thrown a lifeline to those caught in tumultuous tides of asylum seeking. But what's the deeper impact of this decision? And how might it affect each of us? Stay tuned as we untangle this complex weave of human narratives and national debate. In the midst of a world that is undergoing immense change and facing numerous challenges, today, we find ourselves discussing an issue that hits very close to home for many of us here in the UK. This is not the tale of statistics and policies alone, but of real human lives caught in the tangle of migration and the safety of our communities. In recent news, our concerns around mass immigration and the safety of the public are given a new spotlight. The Labour government has taken a step that's weighing heavily on the minds of many. Over 5,000 asylum seekers, who once faced departure to be processed in Rwanda, will now have their claims heard right here on UK soil. This decision comes after the previous Conservative government had arranged a list of these individuals as part of a deal with Rwanda. But what does this reversal by Labour mean for the individuals involved and for the country as a whole? These asylum seekers had been living under a cloud of uncertainty. Can you imagine the turmoil of fearing you might be sent to an unfamiliar land without the chance to have your case heard fairly? When the Conservative government sent out letters, hinting at the possibility of departure to third countries, rumours started swirling around about the establishment of returns hubs in locations like the Balkans. It all became too much to bear for those who came to the UK, many via small boats, seeking safety amidst danger, and hope where there might have seemed none. The dates etched in their memories, arriving between the 1st of January 2022 and the 29th of June 2023. They faced an unimaginable threat, being sent thousands of miles away from the place they desperately sought refuge in, to Rwanda. But compassion isn't lost, friends. The Joint Council for the Welfare of Immigrants stood up for these weary souls. Launching a legal challenge, they argued that this limbo state not only created uncertainty, but exacerbated the trauma that many of these individuals had already faced. They urged the government to put forth a definitive stance on the processing of the claims in Britain. In a surprising turn, just mere hours before a court hearing set for the morning of Wednesday, April 9th, 2025, new guidance surfaced from the Home Office. They laid down their stance, discontinuing the inadmissibility action and pledging to consider the merits of the asylum seekers' claims substantively. Taher Ghulam Hussein of the JCWI must have felt like a voice in the wilderness, but he praises this new guidance. He sees it as a fulfillment of the Prime Minister's promise, a promise reflecting the nation's principle of extending a hand to those in dire need rather than withdrawing it. The spokesperson for the Home Office shared that the Rwanda partnership was seen as a drain on taxpayer money that will now be directed towards ensuring those without residence rights in the UK are returned to their countries of origin. And indeed, figures stand testimony to this claim. 24,000 individuals returned since July last year. In these complicated times, where the straightforward path seems shrouded with obstacles, these are the stories that demand our attention, arousing thoughts and spurring dialogue. If you care about stories like this and want to stay informed, do hit that subscribe button. We break down the stories others shy away from. Your support keeps this channel alive, keeps the conversation going, and sheds light on topics that matter. Many of us are deeply concerned about how effectively our systems can support both the needs of the vulnerable seeking shelter and the equally legitimate concerns about exploitation and abuse that can sometimes accompany mass movements of people. The exploitation of the innocent by organised groups has been an ongoing nightmare, leaving scars too deep for time to heal without justice and support. That's it for this one. Click like and subscribe for more UK news you need to know. See you in the next update. Your engagement is our driving force.